85% of Americans believe owning a new car is a symbol of success. But most are actually drowning in debt over $45,000. Today, you discover the 4 paths that lead Americans to buy $35,000 vehicles, the real hidden cost in auto financing and car leasing, and 5 steps to own a car without destroying wealth. We're using Federal Reserve data on vehicle credit, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau research on consumer behavior, and simple math to show why 72-month financing, 3-year lease cycles, and trade-in with negative equity are financial traps disguised as opportunities in the American auto market. First path is long-term financing. 85% of new vehicles sold in 2025 were purchased through auto loans. The average rate today is 7.5% APR. Seems low, but watch the real math of vehicle financing. Car costs $35,000. Down payment $5,000. You finance $30,000 at 7.5% for 72 months. Monthly payment is at $510. Total paid $44,000. You bought 1.3 cars paying interest on auto credit. And there's the hidden cost of the vehicle lien. This same finance car will cost $70,000 adding registration fees, auto insurance, and preventive maintenance over 6 years. The price of a down payment on a house thrown away on vehicle depreciation. Second path is dealership financing direct. 20% of sales in 2025. Promises low APR of 3 to 5%. Reality includes gap insurance at $800, extended warranty at $2,500, dealer prep fees at $600, and documentation charges that push the true APR to 12% of total value. Financing of $35,000 with true APR of 12% turns into $52,000 at the end. And the car worth $35,000 today will be worth $19,000 in 5 years because vehicle depreciation in America is 20% first year and 10% each following year, according to Kelley Blue Book market studies. But here's what nobody tells you about that first path. While you're making those $510 monthly payments, the car is losing value faster than you're paying down the loan. This is called being underwater on your auto loan. 63% of trade-ins in America have negative equity, meaning you owe more than the car is worth when you try to sell it. Third path is car leasing. 30% of new vehicle transactions. The promise is drive a new car every 3 years with lower monthly payments than financing. The reality is you're renting a depreciating asset and building zero equity in transportation. Lease a $35,000 car. Down payment $3,000. Monthly payment $420 for 36 months. Total paid $18,120. After 3 years, you own nothing and must start over with another down payment and another 3 years of payments in the lease cycle. And there are hidden costs in lease contracts. Mileage limit is $12,000 per year. Go over and pay 25 cents per mile. That's $2,500 for 10,000 extra miles over 3 years. Wear and tear fees at lease end average $1,200 according to Automotive Lease Guide. Early termination fee, if you need out of the contract, is $4,000 to $6,000. Fourth path is trade-in with negative equity rollover. Seems smart, but it's a double trap in vehicle valuation. You hand over a car that already lost 20% of value through annual depreciation and finance another that will lose another 20% as soon as it leaves the dealership lot. The dealer still takes your used car for $14,000 when it's worth $18,000 in private party sale according to Edmunds pricing data. Worse, if you owe $20,000 on that trade-in, but it's only worth $14,000, the dealer rolls that $6,000 negative equity into your new loan. Now you're financing a $35,000 car for $41,000 before interest even starts calculating on vehicle credit. Now, the price nobody shows you in the auto market. The monthly payment is just the tip of the iceberg in total cost of ownership. Annual cost of maintaining a new car is $9,000 according to AAA Automotive Research. This means $750 per month when you add everything in vehicle expenses. Fuel for 12,000 miles per year is $2,000 to $3,000 depending on gas prices and MPG ratings. Auto insurance is $1,800 to $3,600 depending on state, age, and model according to Insurance Information Institute data. Preventive maintenance is $1,200 per year in scheduled service, oil changes, tire rotations, brake pad replacements, and wheel alignment, and the unexpected repairs in automotive systems. Transmission work is $3,000 to $8,000. AC compressor replacement is $1,000 to $4,000. Battery replacement is $200 to $400. Any serious problem with OEM parts turns into $3,000 in a single visit to authorized service center. But the worst cost is invisible in vehicle depreciation. First year, the car loses 20% of value in American market. In 5 years, it loses 50% of purchase value. You bought for $35,000. In 5 years, it's worth $17,500 or less in used car market. Luxury vehicles lose up to 60% in 5 years according to IC Cars depreciation studies. $7,000 evaporating every year just in automotive depreciation without counting operational costs. And here comes the final hit in financial planning. The opportunity cost in investments. Every dollar in the car is a dollar that's not invested growing in financial markets. That'll show you real difference between vehicle financing and investment in assets. Scenario A, you finance $35,000, put $5,000 down, and pay $510 per month for 72 months with auto financing interest. Scenario B, you buy used for $10,000 cash in private party sale and invest the $510 you would spend on payment with average return of 8% per year, already discounting inflation and index funds, that in 5-year scenario, B accumulates $37,000 in liquid wealth. In 10 years, $93,000 in financial assets. In 20 years, $280,000 in accumulated wealth. In 30 years, $700,000 in wealth building. And this is just one purchase in the financial life cycle. Most people trade cars every 6 years throughout entire working career in auto market. The opportunity cost of those trades exceeds $1.5 million in lost wealth by not investing in assets that appreciate. Think with me about an investment choice. If someone offered, give me $1.5 million and I'll hand you transportation that breaks down with mechanical failures, costs hundreds every month in fuel and maintenance, and loses value every year in depreciation, would you accept that bad deal? That's exactly what millions do without realizing an automotive debt. But if it's so bad, why do so many people buy new cars in America? First is social pressure in consumer behavior. According to CFPB research on spending habits, 85% of Americans believe a new car is worth more than home equity or international travel as a status symbol. We judge someone driving a 2015 Honda Civic as broke and someone driving a new Tesla as successful in American society. Second is emotional engineering from automakers in automotive marketing. They spend billions on vehicle advertising to associate cars with your personal identity. No car commercial talks about fuel economy or maintenance costs. They sell lifestyle through the vehicle, freedom on the open road, success in the shopping mall parking lot, and adventure on any off-road terrain. They convince you that you deserve automotive luxury, that you need to reward yourself for hard work, and that life is too short to drive something without integrated technology. Third is illusion of accessibility in vehicle credit. Dealership salesperson says low financing rate and monthly payment that fits in your budget. But the math is ruthless with compound interest. 7.5% APR for 72 months transforms $30,000 into $44,000 paid in total cost of credit. And there's the lien holder status in financing contract. The car is yours, but if you stop paying, the bank takes it back through repossession. It's exactly that collateral security that approves easy credit even for those with low verified income. Fourth is the infinite cycle of automotive debt. American Gen Z spends 20 to 30% of net income just on cars according to Federal Reserve data on consumer credit. Financial experts recommend up to 35% for housing. People spend almost the same percentage just on individual transportation. Since 2019, the cost of finance cars doubled in America. Average monthly payment was $420. Today, it's $730 according to Experian automotive finance data. The vehicle credit portfolio grew 60% in 5 years in national financial system, but we normalized long-term debt, and call this responsible adult life and family financial planning that if you really need a car for urban mobility, here are the 5 steps to not destroy wealth. First step is define realistic limit and family budget. Car value cannot exceed 50% of your total liquid net worth and cannot commit more than 15% of monthly income, including fuel, auto insurance, and preventive maintenance of vehicle. Second step is build reserve before vehicle purchase. Save at least 30% for down payment or buy cash if possible at dealership. Maintain separate emergency fund equivalent to 6 months of car expenses to not depend on loans when mechanical problem happens. Third step is prioritize maintenance cost before model choice. Calculate annual registration, auto insurance, monthly fuel, and scheduled service before buying. A cheaper car to purchase can be more expensive to maintain in OEM parts. Research how much each replacement part costs, each service at dealership, and each common repair of that specific model and auto parts market. Fourth step is avoid long terms in vehicle financing. If you need to finance, don't go past 48 months maximum term. Longer terms explode the total interest in annual percentage rate. You end up paying price of 2 cars, and when you pay off the vehicle, it's already old and starting to give corrective maintenance problems. Fifth step is plan before signing financing contract. Simulate different scenarios, negotiate cash discount, research model history in Kelley Blue Book, and never buy on emotional impulse. Good car is one that fits in budget and doesn't steal your sleep with high payments. Now you know the 4 paths that lead to automotive debt, the real cost that exceeds $70,000 in 6 years of financing, and the opportunity cost that can pass $1.5 million in a lifetime of constant trades. In the next video, the 3 used cars worth more than 0 miles and how to buy without falling for Kelley Blue Book valuation traps. If you made it this far, comment watermelon. See you in the next one about auto market.